In this video, I'm going to discuss about break and continue statements. These are the two keywords of the C language, which are used to control the flow of execution of a loop. What I mean to say is, we can break or continue the flow of execution in a loop. These statements can be used with all the loops in C. For example, we can work with while loop, for loop, do while, or any other loops that are available in C. Firstly, I will show you break. Here is a bit of code. This is a while loop, and here we have condition number 1 and some set of statements, and condition number 2 and some set of statements, and we have some set of statements outside the loop. This first set of statements gets executed if condition number 1 is true. Then come to condition number 2. If this condition number 2 is true, then break statement gets executed. Let's see what happens if break statement gets executed. If break statement gets executed, it stops the execution at that point in a loop, and it comes out of the loop and executes the third set of statements which are written outside the loop. In this case, the second set of statements won't get executed. If you want to get the second set of statements executed, then the condition number 2 must be false. What I want to say is, break statement stops execution at that point. I mean, it breaks the loop and it comes out of the loop. It just skips the second set of statements and jumps out of the loop and start executing the third set of statements which are outside the loop. Similarly, continue. Here again we have the same bit of code like break, and here is the while loop. The only difference we have here is the continue statement instead of the break statement. It executes the first set of statements if the condition number 1 is true, and again come to condition number 2. If the condition number 2 is true, the continue statement gets executed. Now let's see what happens if continue statement gets executed. If the continue statement gets executed, it goes back up to the top of the loop and start the next loop again. So it continues on unless the condition number 2 is false. Similarly, here also the second set of statements won't get executed. If you want to get those second set of statements executed, then the condition number 2 must be false. If condition number 2 is false, it won't execute the continue statement. It skips the continue statement and jumps to the next statement after the continue. And now it executes those second set of statements. I hope now you have a clear understanding of what is break and what is continue and how they work. Here I have not shown any coding. This is only the syntax of break and continue. But at the end of this chapter, I will show you a program using break and continue. Then you can better understand why we have used and what is the need of these statements.